Ek moet vir julle sê, ek het 'n paar gunsteling ontleeders in die ekonomie in die land wat ek so goed bitter graag lees en een van hulle is sekerlik Dr. Anthea Jeffery en sy is ons gas vanoggend. Anthea, it's amazing to talk to you this morning. It is, Doctor, you've got a PhD in law.
That's right.
But you've been everywhere. If I read the universities where you've studied all over the world.
Well, not exactly. I started, of course, at Wits in my hometown. And then I had the chance to go to Cambridge, and I did a master's there. And then I was very pleased to get a scholarship to go and do a PhD at London. So
give us,
that was it.
I mean, you're an analyst, you criticize government, you've got an opinion, and you criticize policy out there. And I've heard people reacting to you or saying that she's just a new liberalist, we don't listen. You know. She's just part of the establishment or the old establishment. Those are the sort of comments that quite often that I guess you get, and
Yeah.
I've seen people criticizing you. But can I ask you, where did you grow up? What sort of house did you grow up in? Your parents, how were you influenced in your younger days?
I grew up in Johannesburg, in the northern suburbs, in Craig Hall, with parents who were very apolitical. They showed no particular interest in the political and economic issues of the day. But somehow, from the age of 10, I became convinced that apartheid was unjust. And so through the rest of my high school career, I suppose, I was increasingly concerned about that. And so was my school friend at the time, Helen Ziller. We were in the same class at the same school.
No, really?
Yeah, and it kind of got me, I suppose, very concerned about issues of justice. And that was what I liked about law when I started doing law. I wasn't interested in the commercial aspects. I was interested in human rights and international law and all these ways in which we could try and use law to bring about a more just country and a more just world without conflict.
But you are, I mean, today the kind of analysis that you do is pretty much, well, it's political, of course, and I guess you can call it social, but it's pretty much economic as well. You look at things like, for example, private property rights.
Right. Well, again, it's the law background that becomes very useful there because I can analyse all the legislation. But at the same time, the Institute very much focuses on marshalling socio-economic data. So we have all of that available as well. And the aim is to marry the legal analysis to the socio-economic analysis and see what the likely ramifications are going to be.
And in the end, it seems as if all these subjects are pretty much the same thing in the end.
They're
and
all very
you've
related.
written something like 11 books, I think.
Yes.
And this is the most recent one. The reaction, especially from the authorities on this book, what was it like?
It's been very silent, which in a way is a disappointment. I would rather have been attacked and told how wrong I am. And you're quite right. Very often when the criticism comes, it's an ad hominem criticism. It's an attack on your personal outlook, morality, views, rather than taking issue with the content and dealing with it on the merits of the case that I've assembled. But I didn't even get the personal attack, which was very disappointing. I nevertheless hope that we've done enough to spread the word about the book and more people are aware of it. And I hope very much that they find it a useful insight into BEE and all its different aspects, plus what we can do instead.
Let's make more people aware about this.